Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Liverpool podcast, Barbados edition featuring Beijing Reds TV, where we talk all things Manchester United and all things Liverpool. Big up to everyone who's just joined over from the raid. Big up to everyone who was already here. Big up to anyone who's watching this back after. Just love to everyone who is supporting. In regards to Liverpool as well, the ongoing saga of Alexander Isak to Liverpool continues. Eddie Howe has spoken out about it, talking about any player needs to be moving right. I'm paraphrasing here to indeed train with Newcastle United. So if they're not right, they won't be training here. So that will rumble on. And in regards to Manchester United, not only did they play just about an hour ago, Alejandro Garnacho, who Amorim has actually spoken out about, is still a Chelsea target as well. So it seems they will make a bid. They are just waiting late. But big up to everyone in the chat. Please make sure you run up the likes, people. That's what I need you lot to do. Whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back after, let's hit the like button on the video. Like check 1 2 1 2. Share this out across all the socials at Yes It's Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV on Twitter/X and on Instagram. And just as important as those two things, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell as well, and subscribe to Beijing Reds TV. We got the doctor in the building. You know what I'm saying? Man like Pops is in the cut. Yes, Pops, what are you saying, man? You good?
Big up, man. Yeah. All good.
Yeah, man, all blessed, all good, man. Yeah, man, thoughts on the ongoing saga as it continues. Talk to me.
Bored, man. Come on. Nah, I mean, at the end of the day, Eddie Howe got to say what you got to say, innit? You can't go on strike effectively and then just start dance back in. You hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you, fam. Yeah. Go on, carry on.
Sorry. Now I saw your lips like they're moving, so I was saying, yeah. I was telling you can't just walk back in and decide that you can just come and train after you basically going on strike. It is what it is. The bids went in. First bid was rejected. In my mind, there should be a follow-up, because if there was no intention of us really signing the player, or he was really not available for sale, then why even bother with the bid? Because again, we had a conversation last week. We talking about boys here now. Eddie Howe and Richard Hughes, outside of football, they're good friends. So at the end of the day, to me, it would have been a conversation before we would have made a bid. It don't make sense driving up to Newcastle and saying, we want to talk about Isak, and he may say, well, nah, they ain't to talk about. So driving along Backline Road. So the fact that we went out there says, all right, something's rumbling, something's going on. Now, hearing a lot of stories about last summer and last season and promises and gentleman agreements and all this, the usual rubbish that you hear when somebody want to leave, because Kane had a quote-unquote gentleman's agreement.
It is rubbish, though. You're right. You're right. It is.
Yeah, it's rubbish, man. Yeah, you want an agreement, get some paper and put it on it. Yeah, put it on paper and start wasting time. This handshake rubbish. And then you fire the DOF or sporting director, whatever you want to call him, which obviously says there goes your handshake deal through the door with that man. So whatever agreement you had, you got a contract and you had some discussions with a man who no longer works for the club. So really and truly, what you got is a contract. That's what you got. Nothing else. So it doesn't matter what was promised or whatever the case may be. You living in the now, and the now is you got 3 years left on your deal. If you want to leave, you got to hand in a transfer request, and then you got to see what can happen. Now, again, it doesn't make sense to me that there isn't a number that moves this deal along. Otherwise, why are we talking about this? So there has to be a number, and it's just that we haven't reached that number yet. There's a threshold that Newcastle will say, you know what? It's there.
Yeah, I think the number is 150.
So is that 110 plus 40, 120 plus 30, 125 plus 25, 135 plus 15?
I think it's like one. I think it's 150. I think it'd have to be like 140 plus 10. That's just me guessing from the outside looking in. 135 plus 15.
Okay.
Because they're looking we have how much you lot spent on Verts, etc. That's how I think Newcastle are looking at it. And reports have said that it's 150 also. But we are going.
That's been the rumor, I guess, but I don't think we can put 150 out one time. So that's probably going to be an issue. Now, there's another little spin because I think Warrior J, as usual, big up Warrior J for putting everything in.
Shout out Warrior J.
It's Warrior J, right? It was mention of Nunez and Saudi. So obviously, if the Nunez deal goes through for between 50 and 70 million euro or whatever, it's going to be 50 to 70 million pounds, whatever, I know. That's basically money that you will pretty much just tell the PFA to say, all right, don't bother to send it here, just send it to the ownership of there. And we can go up to Newcastle with the difference, because essentially that's where you're going to be. If we're being honest, that's where you're going to be, you know what I mean?
And you got the Diaz money as well, remember?
This what is it?
Yeah, you got the Diaz money as well.
Yeah. But the Diaz money could be the Rodrigo money. I don't know.
Jesus, you lot agreed. This is the greed they spoke about in the Bible. Jesus.
Nah, but
I said Rodrigo money.
That's dependent, I guess, on Isak as well. So you might get Rodrigo in as a much like the Ekitike was supposed to be a stopgap, as another filler, and say, well, all right, you know what? If you're staying, we got him. We ready to go. Jeez. See you next season, or see you in January or whatever for the pre-contract discussions. I don't know. Again, to me, it doesn't make sense unless it's going to be done. I just don't understand why it should start if you're not going to complete it, for me. Because the deal is 3 years. 3 years is a long time on a contract, and it doesn't mean necessarily that if you stamp and throw your toys out the pram, that the ownership will say, yeah, all right, go ahead, no problem, leave. It doesn't necessarily mean that you got 3 years on the deal. So for me, as I said, there has to be some sort of indication that, oh yeah, he's not for sale. Well, you know what? He is for sale. Because it sounds really good to say he's not for sale until someone says, I got a little 100 mil where you're saying, not quite what he's saying, but come back tomorrow with a little piece more and maybe see what's going on. Because Lucho wasn't for sale either. That was what we said. We all
know what not for sale means in football. That means give me an offer I can't refuse, which I believe is 150. That's what they're saying, is when they say not, because they can't. Their fan base will tear them apart if they're like, hey, he is for sale. Hey, it's 150. So they have to go, hey, he's not for sale. They got to try and save face with their fan base. And then if they get the 150, it's like, all right, we didn't want to sell him, but we got 150 million for him, which we now could potentially reinvest in the squad and improve us overall. Maybe.
I think a bigger question might be, and there's less about us and more about them, because you got Eddie Howe out on his ones, basically. You sacked the director of football, you sacked Amanda Staveley and them group. So we're really going on at Newcastle right now. You can't get any players through the door other than Elanga, with all due respect. So why was it that neither Cunha nor Mbeumo? I mean, obviously it's Newcastle United versus Manchester United, and in a one-on-one battle, all things being equal, Man United can win that, because that's the heritage battle, that's the highest salary battle. So that is a given. But it didn't even seem like he was really in the fight for either the two of them. And now it's Sesko, and I think Sesko probably just feels like an extortion deal to me right now. Sesko is saying, they're saying, well, everybody else gone, and now you left me. So let me do this as much as money as we could get. That's what it feels like. It could be wrong, but that's what I'm reading. Nice. All the other nines that was out there gone. So it's only me that left, guys. So if you want me, bring the truck. Like I tell you, don't come with the suitcase. Back up the truck.
Bring the truck. Back the truck up.
Happen. Back the truck up. Yeah. So that feels a little odd. I don't think that deal is going to go through either. I could be wrong. And then what you have then is, all right, so you odds and ends in it now. You with all due respect to Mateta and or Vissa and or anybody else that you might throw in it there, now you're sort of saying, well, this is the next tier down. Now, how do you sell that to the fans at Newcastle? And you say, well, yeah, we've made a move forward, because everybody likes to use Liverpool and the Coutinho money. Oh, look at Liverpool, they saw Coutinho and they turned it all around. And I say, yeah. Look at Liverpool. We saw Suarez and bought Balotelli and Ricky Lambert and a whole side of shit too. And what happened? Struggle. So yeah, you could look, but be careful what you're looking for, because they got two stories to tell. So you decide which one you want and be very, very careful. And I just use us because it's us. There are many other clubs who would have sold well and got money And you know what happens? Everybody knows you got that truck full of money, and it isn't as easy to get the deals done subsequent to that event. Now, at the end of the day, everyone knows that Newcastle wants, well, not Newcastle wants, Liverpool wants Newcastle, and the money might be 150. So everybody is saying, well, look, it might not be 150, but it definitely in 100. So we know what we're playing with. When Newcastle come, bring the trucks, not a truck, both trucks, because we know how much money you planning to get. And it's still going to be a struggle for them because they haven't landed anybody. So as much as I know the Newcastle fans vex with Liverpool fans, and there's a big war of words and all that on the internet, if you really take a step back and look at it, saying yourself, yeah, but even if we keep Isak, what we got? What have we done in this window that makes us a better side going into a Champions League campaign? Knowing that we struggled at the back end of last season when we needed results, because arguably Newcastle could have finished higher than they did. They sort of snuck into the do at the end when they should have been comfortable in that position. I guess you might say the same thing for Forest, but Newcastle would have been one of the teams. If you were picking 5, you probably had Newcastle in your top 5. Or close enough to your top 5. Yeah.
It was 6 at worst for them.
They haven't done anything since then.
Right.
Yeah. So it's hindsight one and ones where you say, well, maybe we should have just done the deal at the beginning of the summer, got the 150 or whatever the number is, and then gone shopping, because we haven't done anything.
Spot on.
And the longer it stays, as we said, the longer it stays in the window, you then become more desperate. The selling teams are the ones smiling, saying, no problem, bring the trucks, man, bring the trucks.
That's it. When you are buying desperate, or you are selling desperate, you are not in a position of power, people. So whether that's Newcastle now because of the situation they're in, or whether it's Manchester United with the Garnacho situation. They're the polar opposites, people, but they're two things that are the same. It's the fact that people think that all of a sudden with Garnacho is going to get towards the back end of this month and teams are going to come in with bigger bids. Or do you see reports saying Chelsea don't want to pay more than 30? Which I could have told you that a long time, which I was saying. People was in dreamland with that. Unless it's Saudi. And that's the same with Newcastle on the flip side. Let's say this deal goes through next week. Like Pops has mentioned there. Anybody who Newcastle now go for, I'm putting an extra 20 on that. We will have a striker. If I want 40 and Newcastle come knocking, 60. Because I know you got
Mateta's 50 million right now. Mateta's 50, I'm telling you. Mateta's 50 minimum. 50 million. 50.
Are you right? Yeah. And Newcastle, I'm saying 65. I know what you got. I'm saying, let's not do that. The pocket's full. I'll
give you a deal. 50 with add-ons. I'll give you 50 with 15 add-ons. If he gets 15 goals, you give me 15 million more.
That's it. 100%. Like, without doubt, like, I could see that happening. And anyone asking, Shay asked me about what did I think of Bruno tonight. I didn't watch the game, so I can't comment. I didn't watch the game, so I can't. But from my timeline and from speaking to King and United fans in the chat, it's pretty much the same as last season. It's not a surprise, not a shock whatsoever. And Bremo and Cunha showed their individual qualities at times. Bruno put up some numbers. Bruno also cost us goals. Our midfield looked poor. Goalkeeper in the eye. Usual stuff. Like I say, nothing ain't changed outside of Cunha and Bremo. But like I say, preseason and training was going to be magical. And it was going to change everything. Okay. And shout out to Jacob for the raid as well, man. Big up my G Jacob for the raid. Big up Jacob. Appreciate it every single time. And this is what Howe actually said on Isak. He said, you have to earn the right to train with us. We are Newcastle United. The player has a responsibility here to be part of the team and part of the squad. You have to act right in that. You have to act in the right way. So that is also at play here. We will make sure that any player does that to earn the right to train with the group. No player can expect to act poorly and train with the group as normal. And that's from at Craig Hope _DM. So that's Eddie Howe's comments on Alexander Isak. And also on top of that as well, Alexander Isak has landed back in Newcastle after some time in Spain training on his own. The 25-year-old is expected to return to training with Newcastle next week, unless Liverpool can agree a fee with Newcastle for his services. Liverpool had 110 million plus add-ons offer turned down by Newcastle. Also on top of that, Liverpool have never left talks for Alexander Isak, and new bid can be submitted. If Newcastle open doors, it all depends on Newcastle's decision and position. If Newcastle get top striker, Liverpool will try again for Isak, and that's from Fabrizio Romano. And also on top of that, Isak is returning to the UK and is set to resume training with Newcastle. Liverpool's stance is that they are not inclined to bid again after the quick rebuttal to their first offer, but their interest in the player is ongoing, and that's from David Ornstein. So yeah, first and foremost, Pops, your thoughts on what Eddie Howe said there about him needing to train right and earn the right to train with the team.
But he has to say that.
True.
What else is he supposed to say? Welcome back, buddy. We missed you. You have to look like your manager at this point. This is one of them ones where Eddie Howe is saying, all right, yeah. Let me just read the script. Yeah, everyone's happy. Yeah, good. Yeah. Well, he's been on his one, so you have to fly correct, do the right things if you want to train. Yeah, so it's the dance. This is just more of the dance that's going to continue, the soap opera that continues till sometime deep into August, which I can't stand. I hate the fact that the window opens when the season starts. It should be done to me. Done and dusted by the end of summer. Man. I hate that it goes into the season.
Yeah. That too.
I mean, he's in a bad position, Eddie Howe, that is, to me. I think he's been thrust into the spotlight unnecessarily, and he probably hates everything. He hates Isak and everything for what's going on right now, because he's supposed to be in preseason just looking at, all right, what do I have? What we want to bring in? Probably speaking to his director of football or sporting director who doesn't exist. So he's probably, I don't even know what he's doing, if he's doing everything on his ones or what's the situation. So that's not ideal.
They don't have a DOF. Yeah, you're right. Them. They don't have a DOF. So I don't know what's going on with that. They don't have one.
No, it doesn't. Where are they?
Yeah. They don't. Nope. But like you said, he does have to say this in regards to it. He has to say that you can't put him straight back in the squad after quote unquote going AWOL. I'm sure there'll be some form of a fine or a warning or something like that will happen. I'm pretty sure. And you mentioned it already. You expect Liverpool to go back in with another bid at some point soon.
I mean, if you read between the lines, it says effectively, you're interested, we're interested, but something has to happen. So it's a conditional situation. So you need to get something through the door before we come back. But the third party involved is still saying, I know a dump truck is coming to you. So you can't come to me with the suitcase and buy a player. I think that's ultimately the issue. Newcastle are not going to be able to find a quality striker for cheap.
True.
They're not.
That's very tough. That's going to be very, very tough to do. 100%.
Yeah. And are you willing to put 100 million on Sesko? 100 million euros, so 85 million pounds or whatever.
Well, they bid for him.
So you're willing to go 85 million?
Yeah, it was.
I think that was euros, right? I think it was 80 something euros, right? Yeah,
it was 85 million euros. Just a lot for Sesko.
So are you willing to drop 100 million on Sesko?
Jesus.
And then not just do that, and then say, okay, you can leave. So you sell 20 plus goals and spend 100 million on a player who a lot of people were saying, not sure, rather not, glad we didn't get him. Arteta seems to be the only person that wanted him. I'm not sure that that's necessarily the best endorsement there is in the market, but he's the only one who I saw eager to sign. I'll be honest, I've not heard anybody else saying, yeah, give me this. It was just him. So
it was just him.
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know what
that's a very valid point, Pops, actually, that not too many people are keen on him. Even with United fans, we only got keen on him because we got linked to him heavy. Because before that, he wasn't a known United's radar. Man's here every day doing live streams and everywhere else. No United fans before we were linked with him was talking about Sesko. Like you said, Arteta is the only one that's really sold on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watch you on every stream basically, and all the panel shows that you're on, and everybody else's panel. So I'm looking for multiple views. Not many people said Sesko and nodded. Everyone was like, nah, pass. Nah, everyone rather do something else other than him. Yeah. And it's a lot of money though, so you can understand. It's way too much. I mean, Ekatike was a lot of money. Madueke was a lot of money.
Yeah.
So Sesko's just there. It's just Isak's going to be a lot of money. Let's not kid ourselves.
They're asking big bread for him. Big bread.
On a big gamble.
I was like, yeah, like it's crazy. The African Cat says, yesterday I said that it wasn't the situation, but Flawless said he disagreed. Did you see it now? What we were debating, African Cat? Because I've been having a lot of debates of recently, so you got to jog my memory. Because a lot of people, I don't know what's been going on, man. People, you know what I'm saying, been getting into, I don't know if because the city's growing and we need more population, that because there's more people been getting kicked out of the city. I don't know what's going on. People that don't like what's going on here but want to end up. It's like, yo, I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's summer. I don't know if it's the growth of the channel, but yeah, it's a matter. So yeah, jog my memory, African Cat. Jog my memory. And yeah, just notice that. You know what I'm saying? Warrior J actually drops information and tells us the source. But when I ask it, like I ask everybody who drops comments for sources, and certain people don't want it. People just be making stuff up. It's like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Warrior J, I can't even remember. That's what it is. There's so many debates that I can't remember exactly what me and African Cat was going on about. So he'll let me know, though. I never seen Sesko Comps get thrown out in the TL before Ornstein and Fabio. Yeah, because it was Osherman, it was Gyökeres, it was Delap, it was Mateta, it was trying to think. There's probably a couple other strikers in front, but they was the fault that was way out in front beforehand, because everyone was doing the Gyökeres celebration before. Like Arsenal, like was linked to him heavily and things, and United. Watkins, that's another one as well. Watkins was another one, no Sesko thing. And the price they're talking is ridiculous. The price that they're talking is absolutely ridiculous. I was saying the fact he had made his mind up. No manager wants to have players like that in the dressing room. I didn't disagree with that. There was no disagreement with me on that point. Of course, he don't want him like that. The point I was making is that he's not sitting out for a year. So they will keep it, and in my opinion, it's in the best interest for Newcastle to keep him for all the things that Pop said and getting a replacement and everything like that. Of course, he'll miss the first 3-4 games, but eventually, if he's at Newcastle, it's best for all parties involved that he plays. It's a World Cup year, so it's in his best interest that he plays not only for the World Cup but to continue to get his move, and it's in the best interest of Newcastle, because if they do get Champions League again, it's going to be heavily dependent on him. It's going to be heavily dependent on him, which then can help them financially in the next window. And you would expect them to learn from this mistake and get it right if they do get Champions League, or even if it's Europa League, some form of Europe. So of course he don't want him around now. There was no dispute about that. But what I'm saying is, do they want to keep him overall? Yes. If you ask Eddie Howe, do I want to keep Isak? He's going to tell you yes. No manager wants to lose their best player. It's not like they're a Real Madrid and they can lose a player and just go out and get someone. That's why he's talking about, he's not banished him. All he said was, hey, he needs to get his head right. He's not banished him. He's not said he's banned. There's been no fine. They trying to get him right. And this is why Newcastle also offered him a contract, reportedly offered him a contract with a release clause for next year too, and a pay rise. Because they know they need him for this year, especially the way their window's gone. Their window's been bad. It goes to diabolical if they lose Isak. Or the players they've been rejected by. You don't want to lose him. You don't want to. Yes. But we'll see. 1974, that's crazy, but we move. It happens on the Saeed's channel. Too much fake bombs to get banned instantly. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, go on, Pops.
No, I was just saying, the other thing they've done is, when you slap a 150 on a player, and he's on 120 a week or whatever, he's having to look across and saying, oh, I'm 150 mil. Okay. My bank account don't say 150 mil though. So what are we doing?
That's it, yo.
You said it, not me. You said I'm worth 150. Yeah. The checks don't say that I'm worth 150. So that's where, and even in the contract, if they double his salary, that the double salary is still saying it's not 150 money though.
No, because
if he's on 120, 240, yeah, or something in that region, one something. But if let's say it's 120, just for argument's sake, 240 is not 150 mil.
Oh yeah, facts.
It's not
350. It's 350 minimum.
If
I'm 150 million, I'm 350.
You're paying me
telling me you don't want to tell me, yeah, you're paying me. I'm minimum worst case scenario. I'm 300K. Worst case
300.
scenario. I'm asking for 350. Yep. If you're telling me you're valuing me at 150 million, that's just me though. Well, I hear what you're saying.
That's probably why the contract was turned down as well. Sorry.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it probably was because it probably was a double. They probably did double it. They probably was like 240, 250. And he was like, nah. I was saying, better be 300K. If they were smart. Yeah, like if they smart, they give him the 300K with the release clause. I think he would have took that. Hey, just stay with us for a year. That's what I would have done for him. Hey, just give us a year. That's all we're asking, man. Just give us a year. There's a release clause in there of 120 that kicks in next summer. Give us a year and you can be gone. And I think he might have said, all right, what, 350 for a year? Cool. But then that helps him out in his negotiations with Liverpool or the next club if he's on 350. Well, I'm on this here. So give me something close to this. So, and Si, I missed this. What did he say? Did Amorim say something? He says, flawless. Now you understand why Ruben wanted to keep Bruno, because he thinks Bruno is the best player at United. Did he say this? Is this something he said? Is this something he said? Let me know, Si. Because no one won't surprise me. Nah, that's not what they're trying to do, but I think that's the best. That's what they should do. If I'm Newcastle, that's what I do. I am not trying to lose Isak right now. It's bad enough losing him as it is. I'm doing that. Give me a year. We did it with Ronaldo when the Real Madrid situation. We did that. He wanted to go and we didn't want to sell him that. He's like, hey, give us a year. Which he did, and it worked out in the end. Even though they ripped us off for the player overall because of what he gave them. He gave us the Premier League. So I hear it. He says we are all Newcastle. You're an idiot, Eddie. You're such an idiot. Newcastle can't, man. They can't give them the Infinity Stone, man. Don't give up the Infinity Stone.
You're a Geordie now, is it? All right, man. All right.
We all are. I'm not gonna lie. They can't give up the Infinity
Stone. Flawless in black and white too, man. They might even hide it more, man. In black and white.
Man. I'm showing my support. This is why I'm in black and white. Hey, black and
solidarity.
Black and white solidarity, man. Hey, Newcastle, you must do not sell them Isak, even if they put up the 150, man. Ask for 180. Price him out. Price him out. Just for a season. Jesus. Just for a season, price him out. It is. And you mentioned Nunez as well. This is the news in regards to that. Liverpool are waiting for a bid from Al Hilal for Darwin Nunez, but I don't think the agreement between the two clubs is going to be a problem. The real point is to see if they can reach an agreement with Nunez on the contract. Discussions ongoing. That's from Fabrizio Romano. You happy to see him go? With in regards to it, what is it with you and where you stand with Nunez? And also as well, Al Hilal have identified Darwin Nunez as their priority target to strengthen an attack and are now stepping up efforts aimed at landing the Liverpool striker. And that's from David Ornstein.
Some fans would have said we missed a chance in January to sell him for, I think 70 million was on offer at that point in time. So some fans would have said some fans would have said just get him out. Give me 70 million and he would have been gone. My assumption with them turning it now was exactly this, that Saudi would come back in for him in summer. But I think Nunez wants to stay in Europe, which is why I guess the final comment was you have to agree with the player more so than the club. Because obviously everybody says, yeah, sell him to Saudi. Everyone wants a player to go to Saudi because you're gonna get the top dollar. That's the most money you're gonna get on any player. Yeah, get him. Yeah, Saudi. So that's you basically saying, well, I don't care about the player anymore. Just get him gone. And that's some people's feelings for Nunez. I think he's just one of those players that's reached the end of his time. At the beginning of the last season, I would have said to you, two players I'm watching this season closely would have been Lucho and Nunez. And Lucho to me had a good enough season that if he stayed this season, I wouldn't have an issue. But obviously, his issue was the money. So I mean, like I say, if you don't think we're paying you enough and you can get the money somewhere else, well, get your bread. Thank you very much and move on. No hard feelings. And he did that. So he was gone. And Nunez is in a similar situation where it's not so much about the bread. It's literally, I don't see the minutes. So if you want football, you got to decide where you want to be. Not sure that there are many clubs in Europe that can afford him at what we want, I guess, because we want to recover as much of the whatever you want to call the contract was 85 million all in or 69, whatever it was, whatever, who cares? But we were looking to recover as much of that money as possible, and Saudi's going to give you the best sort of deal. I've seen people saying we should do a swap deal, which never happens in England, people. It's never happened. And there's no way you're telling me that the fans in Newcastle are saying, yeah, give us Nunez because he's probably a better number 9 than Sesko. If you give me an option and say, okay, here it is. Isak stays with Newcastle. Do you sell Nunez and buy Sesko? No, I'll keep Nunez for a year. Isak for a year, keep Nunez for a year. We'll do the deal next year. I don't want Sesko either. No, thank you. I'm good.
That seems to be the general consensus with Sesko. Yeah, people are just like, just with Sesko.
Yeah,
Again, the biggest issue is the price point. Nah. That's what it is. They're asking big money for someone who's just
100 million. Not for me.
How you didn't even put up numbers in the Bundesliga? Not even like you put up big numbers. If you put up big numbers, I go, all right, I see it. You put up solid numbers. Like, but nothing that's 100 M's. Well,
it's the market in it. It's gone again. It's gone again.
It's crazy. Like they can get what they want. And Leipzig talking about Højlund's a dream signing for them. I was like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? They talking about the dream signing. It's like, all right, just come get him. That's what it is, man. Please come and take Højlund off our hands. And I seen someone say in the chat as well that they was at the game. I forgot who said it, and about Manchester United needing a goalkeeper. No surprise, people. There's nothing new. I didn't even have to watch the friendly. I just see my timeline. Spoke with King. Seen you lot in the chat before this show. Seeing people now in the chat during this show. Nothing new. We found out nothing new in regards to what Manchester United need. People are talking about Manchester United needing central midfielders. Well, no surprise there. People are talking about Manchester United needing a goalkeeper. No surprise there. Not really too much about the 9, because I heard Cunha started in the 9, but we all know these things. I've been talking about this since the back end of it, from before the season ended. I was on this very show and on this platform talking about what United need. Spine of the team, goalkeeper, central midfielders, striker. And we did need 2 10s as well, and we acquired the 2 10s. It's like, go and get the rest. Like, so it's not a surprise, but now people are losing their mind. Like, I see people criticizing Bruno, people criticizing Agate, etc. We know what Agate is not. He is not that player to do that, to that role. He's not a first choice starter. He's not good enough on the ball. Yeah. Bruno, we know, is not a central midfielder, the final third player. Ironic, I seen the goal that him and Mount scored. Him doing business in the final third, because that's his role. Put him in the final third for him to produce. He's not like a defensive third or middle third player. He never has been, never will be. That's why his worst moments when you see it from United and he's costing us goals is because he don't have that nous. He don't have that defensive nous like that. That's why he gets caught on the ball and is careless with it and like, you got to be more secure and more composed when you're playing in central midfield. It's too wild. It's way too wild to a right. Plays grenade football, man. Rocket ball. Rocket League. That's what it's like. See, look, and you got rivals saying shit like this. Shout out to LJ. Look, trolling, that's how you know. All I'm saying. Joke, man. Yeah, we need a keeper, man. 100%. Need a goalkeeper. Yeah, I did save your question, Warrior J, for him. Actually, no, I didn't. Ask it again. And I get to it. Ask it again. I saved size. But Sai had something to say as well. Let me get to it. Hold up. And you lot run up the likes as well, because we're only at 29 likes, you lot. What's going on? You're up to 60 likes, people. Only at 29, and there's over 270 of you lot in the building. So let's run up those likes. Let's get up to 60 likes. And make sure you subscribe to Beijing Reds TV. The link's in the title as well. Go on, Pops.
No, I was telling you, I see it. Regardless of what happens with Isak, if he goes or stays, what position you think Liverpool need to strengthen? And do you think Liverpool will do those business before the window ends? Yes and yes. So whether he stays or not, we need a centre-back, because we've sold VVQ and we haven't replaced him. To me, that's just a given. And again, I've heard Mr. Locke do the Eddie Howe as well. Oh, no, we don't really need a centre-back. We have options, we have players we can do. Yeah, okay. I know the dance. We need a centre-back, and you can't say on the mic that we need a centre-back because you have 150 million that you're going to spend on Isak. And someone saying, I heard you looking at Mark Gahey. You bring 50 million and I'll give you this fella here. And we're saying, no. He's only worth 35. Yes, but you have money, so we're not giving you him for 35. So I say, well, I don't need a centre-back. I have options. So you keep your man if you want 50, and I'll play with what I have. So he's just doing this song and dance. Kwanzaa's gone. There has to be a replacement. It's not an option. That's, for me, not an option. Yes, it was maybe a good deal to get 40 million in and PSR calculation and full profit, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I think we got the buyback option on him as well, and maybe a sell on, I think, too, whatever the case may be. But I think Kwanzaa just needed a change of scenery, because much like you, he had a taste for the snow and sorry, let me say not snow, let me say snow bunny to make sure that I'm clear. It's not the snow just by itself. You have to have the hops in it too. So it's the bunnies.
Yeah, you gotta have the bunny too.
So
yeah,
I think he needed to change the scenery. Yeah, let me make sure the bunny goes in there, because people will go crazy and say, "Oh," so let me make sure it's the bunnies. So he got a little bit too excited on that end, and I think he's quality. I liked him as an option, whether that's third or fourth. I liked him in that spot. So we need that. Joey G going home early with an Achilles issue as well doesn't all go well for us at centre back either. So that again turned up the pressure and the eyes on. So your third choice is now carrying a knot, and you sold your fourth choice. All right. So you'll be calling me soon. You can bring the briefcase, but bring two, not one. So we know what you know. Yeah, you bring two. Yeah, we know what the dance is. We know this dance. We've been around too long, Flawless, to know. We know the dance. When you see the manager during preseason on the microphone, you know what he's saying. He has to say he's happy with his team. He has to say practice went well. He has to say, John's looking sharp, because John is the one you want to sell. So he's going to tell you John looks sharp. Whatever you want to hear, that's what he's going to say. It's good to have the guys back together. You can see them, jiving and smiling and all of that. No, they hate him. He needs to leave. But you can't say that. You can't come on stream and say, get this idiot from. Nah, come on. We know that. We know the dance. Because all the other clubs are saying, we've seen you. You want Mark Gahey? No problem. Palace is saying, no problem. Here's the number, though. Okay, too much. All right, well, we're willing to lose him next year on a free. Or come in January, we'll give you him for a cut price or whatever. So, and I don't think he's going to fuss. I don't think Mark Gahey's going to say, Liverpool are here and I got to leave now. I don't think he's fussing. So, and I think there are other options. I mean, Hato just went to Chelsea, which surprised me, to be honest, because I thought he was staying another year at Ajax. So I was surprised by that move. But I think that's a good signing for them, ultimately. Another one of those Chelsea are stockpiling some good young players. So whether or not he gets to play, I don't know. But I think he's a good prospect.
That's fair.
It's a struggle, I guess, on the left-hand side, because you're looking at VVD, much like it's a struggle on our right. Sorry.
With Salah. Nah, cool. I was just gonna ask: is there no youth? Have you got no youngster centre backs coming through the ranks that could maybe do a job, maybe fourth choice? Is there no one?
It would have been. It would have been Kwanzaa. If I look at the two that we've seen, so I've seen Stevenson in preseason and much of a okay. And Nalo was sort of high on the list of the youngsters, so he's big props in the unders. But the few minutes I saw him was kind of like. Usually you can see something where you say, okay.
Yeah,
he looks like he'll be okay in man's football. I didn't see anything, to be honest. And I heard people speaking about him before, and he got minutes and got sent off in the Champions League last year. So obviously he didn't do himself a big favor, but I'm not sure they're the answer.
I know that's fair.
And for me, we need a bridge, because I don't know where Joey G is for the rest of the season. So I need a third choice that can give me that. If VVD or Ibu isn't playing, I'm not sort of at panic stations, or I'm not gone to, I can play Gravenberch there, or I can play Endo there, or whatever the case may be.
Have you been linked outside of Guehi? Is there any other centre backs you lot have actually been linked to with any of them?
Had a couple sort of names loose, but not strong links. So it was almost like, Guehi was. We wanted this, they wanted that. Okay, cool. We'll see what's going on. Let's go out to Newcastle, and everything sort of turned to Isak. So obviously they're working in the background doing something else, but I'm not sure who that is. I saw a few sort of scatty links to other players, but there was the guy Zabarni, I got it right, from
Zabarni from
I think he's going Italy.
Yeah, he's been linked
I think
to
he was
Zabani. I
going
think he's going PSG.
to Italy. Yeah. Okay.
PSG, that's who he's been linked to, Zabani.
Somebody else mentioned another player, another younger player, and I can't remember off the top now. But I think they've identified Mark Gahey as the one that they want. So I think it's okay. Sense. Well, we need to do a few things on our end. So we need to get Nunez going. We got Lucho out through the door. There are probably a couple others that we have to sell as well, and they may be thinking about their futures. I think Harvey Elliott is one who's has to think long and hard about what he wants to do, to be honest, because he's a Liverpool fan through and through, and I figured he would stay. He said he would stay for life. But obviously he wants to play and he wants to probably get into the World Cup squad. I don't know if he's there, but obviously he started with the unders in summer, so next thing for him has to be moving up to the big man, the senior team. So he has a decision to make, and that's probably about 40 million, somewhere in that region, I think, that we're looking at for him. Tyler Morton's looking like he's gone for about 15 million as well. So we got some money coming in. Some decent funds have already come through the door as well. So.
And Warrior J says thoughts on the preseason performances. If you watched it, Pops, any positives, negatives that you've seen from preseason?
Preseason is hard, to be honest. Because if you're watching, sometimes you play opposition that isn't really quality. So you say to yourself, all right, well, the pitch isn't the best. It's really just a tour for people to see the players and that sort of stuff. So easy to get excited over Rio. So he's one that we've been looking at. We had glimpses of him in the season, in the cup last season. So, and again, Chelsea were pissed when we got him. So we know that there was talent there and quality. So seeing him playing big man's football in City itself, he played against Tomori, AC Milan, obviously, and Tomori was big and strong, and he said, okay, no problem. I know what I'll do. I'll drop off a step. I'll pick it up. Let me see big and strong here now. Show me how big and strong you are here now. Boom, boom, go on, see ya. And Tomori was just literally saying, Jesus, I can see it. You know, you've seen it. You've done that. Whoa. He just passed it like that.
Yeah.
Long day. All right, let me drop in a little bit. Let me drop a little deeper now, and you're on your heels. And he was struggling. And this kid is not. Listen, he is different. Now he's different. He easy to get excited. Different stuff. I don't. For me, negatives not really. You lost the game in preseason. Who cares? Whatever. Once there's no injuries, that's the one negative in preseason is injuries. We can see that we need another centre back because Gravenberch's playing at centre back isn't the ideal because then you lose him from in the centre of the park. But you've also seen Robbo play there, Costa play there. So you've seen some like, okay, here's an option. And you're saying to yourself, nah, that's not an option that you want. But again, if you're arguing, can Endo play centre back against Sunderland, with all due respect to them, and or maybe Leeds, maybe Wolves. If you had to at a stretch, you say to yourself, will I be fussed at home? No, not really. But then obviously you go long term and you're saying, well, would you want to see him play for 2 months where you then come up against possibly City, Chelsea, teams that are going to be higher up the league? You're not necessarily as comfortable. So
of course,
there's still a lot to happen.
Higher attacks, I
get that. Because he isn't quick, so you already know that the line's going to be deeper once he's
it's going to drop off.
Line. Nah, I mean, let's be honest. You have to take a step backwards. So that changes everything about the team. Once you step back, then everybody else has to step back. That changes your philosophy totally. So we'll see.
Oh, that's fair. And there you look again. Continue to run up these likes, man. We're only at 43 likes. Get up to 60 likes. What we doing, man? Get up to 60 likes. Run up the damn likes. Make sure you subscribe to Beijing Reds TV. The link's in the title, people. Click the link. Opens up a new tab. You can subscribe to Beijing Reds TV. Subscribe here to Sarcasm City TV YouTube channel as well, people. We're currently at 15,400 and I think it's 7. Yeah, 3 more subscribers, people. Get us to 15,410, man. There's over 240 of you in there, only asking for 3 more likes. 3 more subscribers and get us up to 60 likes. We're currently at 44. That's all I'm asking for is 60. We'll start there as well. And to Dead in the Water says, I speak for all Chelsea fans, no to Garnacho. Chelsea fans might think that, but you know who don't think that? the Chelsea board, the Chelsea hierarchy. Because the reports is saying, hey, Warrior J, if you could find the quotes that came out today. Because I know Amorim spoke about him as well, saying that he thinks he's a talented player, but it's not the right environment for him or something or the other. I'm just glad it seems that this deal's going to happen. Yes, it's a shame it's going to be late. Yes, it's a shame that we probably can't use it to reinvest. Yes, it's a shame that it's not more. They might even come in with a loan deal. They might do the Sancho thing. But either way, man, just to see him in a Chelsea shirt is great. That's what it is. And I believe it will happen. I believe the deal will happen, but it's not going to be for quote unquote a big fee, even though it's a great fee. If we get 30 million for him, I am over the moon. If we get 30 million for Garnacho, I did a little percentage as well, 20% sell on clause in case Chelsea do manage to sell him, but let him go there. Yeah, a little sell on thing, even though I don't think they'll sell him on for anything major because I just don't see him getting game time there. Maybe off the bench. There's no Conference League. Might get Carabao Cup, FA Cup, but Garnacho was upset about not playing fit at United, and we've been horrendous. So to go to Chelsea, you're actually performing better and a better team, and there's better players in front of him. You're going to have a problem with that. He had a problem with players being in front of him here after going 0-20. So what's he going to feel like when Palmer and João Pedro, Simmons, once you lot sign him, Neto, you got Gustavo, I'm probably missing someone as well. Gittins, that's the one. Yes, Chelsea got so much attackers. Gittins as well. Like, all them players are in front of him. So how he going to feel when he's playing once a month? So it's going to be interesting to see. It is what it is. And I had Vega on there trying to tell me about what happens if he performs well. You ain't getting game time to perform well.
Okay.
Yeah, and if he does perform well, fantastic to him. And fantastic for Chelsea. That's where I'm at with this. Like people talk about McTominay, or should you have kept him? No, because he wasn't good here.
No.
Has he been good for Napoli? No. Yes. So let's see how he does once what happens this season and the season afterwards as well. Hey, Jazz, you taking the piss. Chelsea midfield and defense say all that. You taking the piss. Well, yeah. And nephew, he's there. I've seen bro in a Villa shirt once, and it was a picture already had enough. See, and that was just him taking a picture of it. And people wanted to, it's crazy. It is. Here we go. Alejandro Garnacho was given his total. I didn't even know this. Alejandro Garnacho was given his total priority to Chelsea. Total priority. Talks took place on the player side. No negotiations yet with Manchester United, as price will be a key factor. Timing of the deal not expected to be imminent. Can take some time with Chelsea focused on outgoings plus the Xavi Simons deal. And that's from Fabrizio Romano. Hey, United, just lower the price. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Just that's it. Just lower the price. That's what they're saying here. Just lower the price. Just say, hey, 25 M's, man. 25 million, 5 million in add-ons. That's it. I don't know why we're delaying it, because these crafty motherfuckers might just do a loan thing. They might do some loan thing with some fugazi obligation to buy out some rubbish like that. It's like, sell him, but they seem genuinely interested in him, to be honest. Yeah, hey, Solomon, I've got you. Don't worry, man. I see your question. Write him again and I'll star him. I didn't know if I starred. I might have missed a couple. Yeah, just write him again, hey, Solomon. I'll star your questions. I got you. 100%. Madueke for Garnacho actually stinks. Yeah, it's a downgrade. That's the craziest part. Bad as Madueke is, it's a downgrade. They are world champions for a reason. Flawless up to Chelsea. Hey, if it is, hey, I'll sing Viva Garnacho if Chelsea sign him. How about that? Funny thing is, Flawless, Manchester United actually hid how bad Garnacho is with how bad we was last season. Valid point. Because people will just blame United and the environment and the big bad wolf. The reason why we couldn't score goals is large in part to him. It's him and Højlund up top. Because they both went 20-plus games without a goal. But people just overlook that. But, hey, we move. So, yeah, man, hear the Shedhead sing. Viva Garnacho. I already told Lewis some facts. I got Chelsea shirts for them with the name on the back if they need. Name and number. A. Solomon says, is Rio showed enough to earn a spot in the squad at George with us last season? Has he done enough for you, Pops?
For me, I would say, and I'll try to look this into LJ's question as well. It depends on what Mr. Lott is looking at as far as the front six is concerned. So if he's gone back to a 6, and I'm just doing this by names and numbers from last season. So last season it would have been Chiesa, Mo, Nunez and Jota, rest in peace, number 20. Lucho, and Gakpo. That's your front six. So Lucho's left on the left, and he's gone. Chiesa and Nunez are linked away, obviously. And Jota has left us, obviously. Again, rest in peace, my brother. So we've brought Ekitike in as a 9. If Nuno leaves, we need a 9. Lucho's left, we need a left-sided player. If Chiesa leaves, we needed a right-sided player. So I think Rio is an option as a number 6, but it depends heavily on what your number 5 is. And I'll pivot then to LJ's question because he's asking about Rodrigo as an option. Now, if Rodrigo is in the do and becomes part of the mix, then you got a front 6, which you add Rodrigo to Gakpo and Rio. That's 3. Ekitike 4. Mo 5. Now, does that mean Chiesa stays as a 6? Nunez stays as a 6? Or Isak joins as a 6? And that's the big question. Ultimately, for me, it's what do you have at 5? Because if you have, I'll be spoiled and say, okay, let's say we go Rodrigo and Mo right, Ekitike and Isak in the middle, and Gackers and Rio on the left, then I'm saying, yeah, I'm ready to go. Load the bus up. Let's head down to Old Trafford and kick Flawless's 15th spot to pieces. I'd be ready. I'm happy with Rio in at that.
Why is it us? We ain't even your wait. When do we play you lot? Is it like what game is it? Is it like the?
I don't know. It's the United Liverpool show. It's the United Liverpool show. That's all. So I just picked you. I could have picked anybody else, but it's the United Liverpool show, so I just used you. Yeah. It wasn't personal.
The first game's at your place, actually. The first game's at your place.
See, I didn't even look at the schedule. It's just me and you. We're here. United Liverpool. Yeah. So if that's the case, then we'll see.
It's October. We'll hopefully, it goes.
Maybe Rio will come on and have something to say about that.
Huh? Oh Lord. Yeah, it is. Dazzle, are you confident, Dazzle? Is Liverpool are going to get got when we see them? Remember, I said that, Pops. Why, their place, Dazzle, yeah? Because we played them October. Is that Anfield? Are they going to get got, yeah? What does this entail? This going to be good. Shout out, Dazzle. I don't know if you can win this fight, Dazzle, and you're my guy, you know this. You're my G, you know this. Family and that, but yeah. Let me out the car. I'm saying on this one. Let me out the car.
My memory works very well. Dazzle. Flawless knows this.
Pops won't forget nothing. Pops worse than me for that.
I'll be here.
He ain't gonna forget.
I will be here.
I can't be with you on that. I'm not gonna lie. The Dead in the Water, he says, United is gonna do better this season. Yes, because we have improved, so we will do better. Yes.
No, you have to.
But it's still going to be
not an option.
Yeah, someone asked, who was it? Someone asked yesterday on the Q&A, one of the questions they asked me and the whole panel was, bold predictions, like for your club and for outside and for a Premier League side, not your club as well. And the thing I said about Manchester United is, and I state this, I don't think our performances are going to be too far away from the performances we've seen last season. But we're going to win games because of the individual quality we have. When you have in Bremo and Cunha, you got 2 players in the final third that can create something out of nothing at any given opportunity. They can also link up. Yeah, Sayu asked the question, link up as well. This is going to be very similar to Ten Hag, where United win a game 2-1 and Bremo scores late. And then we all look at it and go, how the hell did me and Pops and Barnes are doing the show? And Pops goes, how the hell did you not win that game? You were terrible. It was awful. But Cunha just popped up and you lot ended up winning the game 2-1, and Bremo got a brace or something like that, losing 2-0 and Bremo scores twice. It's going to be that all over again. Bruno pops up and scores late. If it is Sesko or whoever the striker is scores late, it's going to be them ones. The performances are not going to be far apart from this past season, but we'll win games. It's back to Ten Hag and Oli Ball. Individual brilliance is going to save us. I'm telling you.
You're going to score a lot on the counter. You're going to score from set pieces for the opposition. And Buemo's going to be the man that you leave highest up the pitch. Like what we do with Salah. Head it clear and you're off to the races. That's not head it clear and you're off to the races. Do you have the wheels? because he does. And Mbeumo has wheels. He's quick.
Yeah.
So you will get some of that. And when I looked at you're as bad as everything's supposed to be, you conceded, I think 3-4 more than Villa, for example.
Yeah, it went. Yeah, defensively, the thing is, because we're not that bad defensively from an individual standpoint, take out the goalkeeper. It's just we have a couple of absolute awful players defensively, i.e. the goalkeeper, and the manager don't set us up. The way the manager sets us up don't help at all. Our defense overall is not the worst. Because I'm looking here, we conceded 54 goals. Yeah, it was 54. Yeah. Bear in mind, Villa's conceded.
Villa did 50 as well, right? 50 plus as well.
Yeah, Villa conceded more than us. Villa, that's for goals for. I'll tell a lie. Villa conceded 51.
Yeah, there you go. 3. Yeah. See?
Yeah.
And they 51. Were what? 6, 7?
Yeah, they were 6. Brighton conceded. Yeah, they were 6. Villa was 6. Brighton conceded 59. Brentford 57.
And they were in
Fulham
the top 10.
54. Palace 51. Yeah. Brighton finished 8.
Yeah. So as funny as it is that you're 15th, you're not miles away from 10th, if we're being honest.
No, but not with those two.
And
That's why I said with those two.
Brentford's going to be weaker.
I put us 10th. I was saying that. I said, yeah, I think with those two alone. But again, the performances, a lot of my match reactions are going to be, I already see the title now. Awful performance, good result. That's what it is. Awful performance, good result. Same way 10, where McTominay would just score late, or Rashford would score late, or Bruno would score late. And we go, yeah, this ain't good. We seen it last season. These games we played. Everton, for example, away, weren't good. Agate and Bruno just popped up with 2 goals out of nowhere. Didn't play well. Like, that's going to be it. And now, like Pops mentioned, with Mbeumo on the counter-attack and you got Cunha, they can both shift. And like I said, they both have the ability to go past players. So it's kind of like that's where it's going to stem from. So I don't expect, we'll be better results-wise. But we move to and let me get to this. Fire name, by the way.
Headline has to be...
Go on.
I was just going to say your headline has to be suffering. That's what your manager said. So put suffering and then put the result. Suffering, result. Whichever way it goes. Suffering, result. Because you're going to suffer. Win, lose, or draw, you know that you're going to suffer. So that's your headline every week, suffering.
No wonder he wants out. Flawless, I heard you say some questionable things on Rance's stream pertaining to Amorim and this individual brilliance talk. So let me know, what are the questionable things? Flawless, Amorim, with the help of the board, will bring Manchester United back into Europe. So my question is to you, Bangam Smurf, the old school rapper as well, he was in June. What are the questionable things in regards to it? Like, let me know, number 1. And number 2, do you think the board will help him? Do you think the board are currently helping him? That's what I'll say to you. Because you said with the help of the board. Will the board help him? Do you believe they're helping him now? That's my question to you. And big up to Crab as well every single time, man. Shout out to Crab. Big up. You lot. He says, come on, people. Don't be rude. Over 208. Hit the likes. Yeah, man. Run up the likes, people. Run up the likes. This is crazy. Hey, LJ, that's a crazy. Yeah, LJ, that's mad. I just seen the comment. I even pulling that one up. I leave that alone to you. I leave that to one. And people mention this. Go on, Pops. Go on.
No, I was just gonna say I'll go back to LJ. A better comment or question, I should say. So he was asking if we don't sign Isak and he stays, have we lost the advantage to maybe a Barca or Bayern next season? Do you think you've lost the advantage if Isak stays? Because Barca and Bayern and maybe Real might be in for Isak next season.
It's a good question.
I think it's a good question. That's the gamble, I guess, you take if you don't go all in, because he's going to be cheaper next season. That's the advantage that they would have. So it becomes, or it could become kind of all right, does he really just want to stay in England? Does he want Liverpool? Or is it, I'll go to the highest bidder who's going to pay me the most money? It depends. But he'll be less. So maybe the 120 that apparently was the bid or whatever it is might be enough to do it next season because he would only have 2 years left on his deal. I don't know. Barca and money, though, I don't know if they got any more levers to pull or like what are they going to do? But I think, I could see Bayern Munich definitely in the hunt, but again, it's a question of, do you want to go to Germany, or are you happy in England and you want to play for Liverpool? Hopefully then back-to-back champions, not just champions.
You know, good. Yeah, you right. I hear that. I hear you on that. Big up to LB for the raid as well, man. Shout out to LB for the raid. Everyone who's joined over from the raid, run up the likes. Make sure you subscribe to Beijing Reds TV. The link's in the title. Subscribe right here. United Liverpool podcast, Barbados edition with Beijing Reds TV. So keep all your comments, questions, Manchester United or Liverpool related. Well, for Ron, I don't agree when you and Rants make out like Amorim doesn't know what he's doing and it's back to individual brilliance like Ollie. We can clearly see right now minor improvements. With the midfield still being questionable, we all know each combination has its faults. But how can that fall on Amorim when we all know the board it's the board doing the buying and not Amorim? Well, you said in your comments here. One second. You said in your comments here. One sec. Let me get to this. Where is it? I missed it. 1 second. So this ties
back. The board was helping Amorim.
Yes, yeah, that's it. See, you already know the play, man, Pops. You know, we reading off the same hymn sheet. Yeah, so you said Bang Smith, I'm gonna find it in a sec. If the board helps him, so you're saying the board's not helping him. So therefore, why stay? You're saying here, Smurf, that the board is not giving the manager the best possible tools to work with, which I agree with. So walk then. Resign, if that's the case. Resign, leave, because you said here, with the help of the board. And then you're saying here, the board is not helping him. So if the board's not helping him, two things. One, how is he going to be successful? And two, he should walk. So whether I think he's doing well or not, let's agree. I'll agree with you on the first point. But when the next manager comes, wouldn't he get the same problem? No, not in my opinion, no. I don't think so. Because I don't think this manager helps. The board stink. Let me just clarify this, Smurf. United's board is terrible. Terrible. Awful. But the one thing they actually do well is acquire well. They acquire well. So what you don't understand is the manager should be doing better with the players he has at his disposal. He should have done that last season. That's my issue. We are not the 15th best team with the squad. This is why everybody believes we are going to struggle is mainly on him. Are the players terrible overall? Yes. But get the best out of what you have. Work with the best, with the environment. Get the best out of the environment you have. Because other managers do it. Yes, in 6 months. Yes, in 6 months. Because I watched Emery do it at Aston Villa. They were 17th under Steven Gerrard. General consensus was terrible team. Awful team. Championship level team. He took them from 17th to 7th. Yes, in 6 months. Because Emery did it. So we're saying that Amorim's not better than Emery. Is that what we're saying? Yes, and Emery did it with one signing in January, yes. Because he was terrible. That's why Ten Hag was fired, because he was awful. And Amorim's now doing worse. Both not good enough. Ten Hag's not good enough. Amorim's not good enough. So what are we doing here? And Sai has the same debate with me to troll, because Sai wouldn't take him at Liverpool. I'm saying, if you're a rival fan, unless you would take Amorim, I'm not hearing any debate about him. If Slot moved on tomorrow, there's 100 people that Sai is taking. Sai would take me before he took Amorim at Manchester United. I mean, at Liverpool Football Club. Yes, says Bangham Smurf. Yes, it's rinse and repeat until you get to the right manager. Yes. This is how football works. Hey, Pops, before you won the league with Klopp, you know this, great that you're here, OG. Who was the last Liverpool manager to win the league? Before Klopp won the Premier League for you lot, in whatever year it was.
I mean, back in the day?
Yeah, back in the day. From Klopp to your league, so from Klopp winning the league, that 30-year period, who was the manager?
When did the King leave?
Was it Dalglish?
I'm thinking it was the King, yeah.
Okay, it was Dalglish. And what year was that?
That's 90, 89, 90.
Hey, so from 1990, you won it in what year with Klopp? Was it 1920, the Premier League, or 1819?
20, because 19 was the Champions League.
Okay, so 20. So from Kenny Dalglish winning it in 1990 to Klopp winning it, you know what Liverpool did? Sacked a whole heap of managers till they got to Klopp and they got it right. That's what they did. Liverpool sacked a whole heap of managers until they got it right. It took them 35 years and it took them chopping and changing. The same way with Manchester United, from Sir Matt Busby to Sir Alex Ferguson, we chopped and changed and sacked a whole heap of managers beforehand. Same way with Chelsea when they went on their 50-year drought. From Mourinho to whoever won it for Chelsea. Spurs, they just won a Europa League. It took them 17 years to win a trophy. So from Juande Ramos in 08 up until Ange Postecoglou sacked a whole heap of managers. Yes, it is rinse and repeat until you get to the right manager. Same way with relationships with girls is the same thing. You're in relationship after relationship after relationship until you get to one that works for you. And then you might settle down, be with for a long time, get married, kids, etc., etc. Like, what are we doing out here? Literally, Liverpool is the prime example of that. Well,
the one thing you do hope, though, Flawless, is that the back room is somewhat stable. So at least you can see you're kind of incrementally building to something. Otherwise, it's the rinse and repeat becomes literally just that, though. You are repeating the same horrible mistakes over and over and over again. So there is, as much as you're rinsing and repeating, nothing's clean. So you know, it feels like dirty water is being recycled. You're not refreshing.
Oh yeah,
it.
absolutely.
So
and to you saying to man, Smurfy says, this is why I don't get from you guys, man. We see manager in, manager out. You guys still think it's the managers. Well, you've referenced watching me with rants, which means you've watched more than once or more than twice. Pops, people in my chat will vouch for this. I've never once said it's just the manager. I was the guy that was Ineos out before they got here. So what are we talking about here? Maybe there's other content creators you watch, Murph, who just blame the manager. I don't just blame the manager. Our ownership, you've heard me say this. I'll say it again. Ineos are awful. Our hierarchy is terrible. However, him finishing 15th is not on the hierarchy. That is not. Manchester United being as bad as we was is not on the hierarchy. Him failing to win back-to-back games in his entire reign is not on the hierarchy. The fact that Manchester United picked up 15 points from January to May is not on the hierarchy. The team is better than it's showing. So therefore, that falls on the manager. Now, if we fall short because of quality in the side and the manager's doing everything in their power, that's when I'm on the board's case. I just want a manager who who gets the best out of what he has. Because I've watched other managers do it. Emery being a prime example. Because I noticed how I mentioned Emery. Now it's not. You said in 6 months, Emery did it. So I ask you the question again, Smurf. Is Amorim a better manager than Emery? Because if Manchester United don't have a better manager than Aston Villa, then he needs to be gone. No disrespect to Villa, because I rate Villa highly. Villa are one of my favorite teams to watch. My nephew in the chat, a Villa fan, the whole night. But if Manchester United manager is not better than Aston Villa's manager, then there's a problem. Answer my question, Smurf. Is Amorim better? I'll start that, don't worry. Is Amorim better than Emery, in your opinion? Manager for manager. Because if he's not, that in there lies the problem. And he needs to be sacked. There's no way Manchester United should have a worse manager than Aston Villa. In any way, shape, or form. What I'm saying, like, I don't, and same way, man, Daz has mentioned it in the chat. Tactics, that's nothing to do with the board. Substitutions and the way you set up is nothing to do with the board. No, forget, again, Smurf, I'll ask you the question again. Is Amorim a better manager than Emery? It's a simple question. I ain't even going to dispute your answer. Is Amorim better than Emery? Because Emery did this, and their team was awful too. But he got the best out of what he could and then improved it. He took them from 17th battling relegation to a European spot. Simple question. The answer is no. Oh, yeah, Jeremy. I know the answer is no. But I want to hear what Smurf's got to say. Because then we can then go on from then. But don't time him out, nephew. Don't do that. I just want to know. Because then he's answered his own question in regards to why I'm so critical. Because I want to know if he believes. Because we need to gauge where he's at. No, Flawless, you can't phrase the question. It's not phrasing the... Go on, Pops. I'm not phrasing the question to suit any narrative. I asked you a simple question. Is Amorim... You brought this up, Smurf. I wasn't even going to use Emery. You said that in 6 months. So I gave you a scenario where a manager improved a poor team in 6 months. And Emery was that manager. So again, I ask you the question: why does no one never want to answer questions? Is Amorim a better manager than Emery? It's a simple question. It's a simple choice. This seems to happen here a lot, where I ask questions and people don't like the questions and want to blame it. It's not about suiting a narrative. Who's the better manager? You brought this up, Smurf. I didn't bring this up. You brought this up. So I'll ask you again. Who's the better manager? Amorim or Emery? Yeah, that just means I don't like the questions.
If we go...
What I'm saying. Smurf, I got
forget his year at Man United then. Go back to when he was in Portugal. What? And we asked the question, where do we rate Amorim? Not knowing we had, he raised last season, for example, and say, here he is, here's Amorim, he's this guy in Portugal. Here's the Premier League. What do you think of him from an external standpoint relative to the Premier League? Is he top 4, top 8, top 10? How do you rank him before he joins? Forget the results, everything. It's interesting to see where people put him before he actually got the job.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. And
how do you consider?
I run a fan calling show every Monday. So tomorrow's the fan calling show, but I'm just gonna ask you these same questions anyway. So we ain't going back out of it. So answer the question. You know what I'm saying? We can talk face to face. That's fine, but we're not ducking no questions here. Because I'm tired of people doing this. Every time I ask questions people don't like, now they don't want to answer. No, forget about he cannot be judged yet. Who is the better manager? Emery or Amorim? It's a simple question. If you don't want to answer, that's cool. And then we got nothing else to discuss. Because I only debate with people that can answer questions and actually debate. So I ask the question again. I'm not responding to anything else you say until I get my answer. Who's the better manager? Amorim or Emery? Simple question. Simple question. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Who's the better manager? I'm going to just keep asking. Otherwise, we got nothing else to discuss. Because this always happens. Because you had a hell of a lot to say at the start, and now it's throwing you the mic. Now man don't want to talk. Now it's I don't want to answer questions. And no. This is how we debate. You know what I'm saying? Now we debate. Because it's like, I don't get this, I don't get that, and did it there, and all this type of stuff. Because you had a hell of a lot to say. Oh, well, you said this, you said that. All right. Like, I don't do this every day. Because people have nothing to back it up. Substance, I don't duck no questions. I do the show every single week. No, you can talk now. You wanted to talk now. You just didn't expect it again. So I asked you the question again. Because I'm not going to let you on stream if you don't answer the question. This is how this works. So who's the better manager, Amorim or Emery? Simple. What I'm saying? Nah, you duck, but you're ducking in the chat. So why am I going to let you on the live? Why are we ducking in the chat? Answer the question. You did this, Smurf. You did this. You know what I'm saying? You did this. People do this all the time, you know. I ask it, because they don't have no argument. I ask questions and they don't. Why is it a nonsense, the comparison? You made the comparison. Well, you didn't make the comparison. You made a point that was nonsense in 6 months. And then I pointed out to a manager who made a significant improvement in 6 months. And now you don't like it. So who's the better manager? Emery or Amorim? Why is it a nonsense? Why can't we compare manager to manager? That's what I want to know. Why can't we compare manager to manager? Because I'm just going to ask you this on the live and then we'll get nowhere. So Amorim's better than Emery. Okay, then. So we got there in the end. Thank you. Amorim is now better. Amorim's a better manager than Emery. So how come Emery was able to do a better job than Amorim in similar circumstances? Is my next question. Let's talk about that. Why was he able to? No, we're sticking to the point. We're not moving off the point. So Amorim is a better manager than Emery. So how come Emery was able to do better in a similar circumstance and has outperformed him in a similar circumstance? That's what I want to know. Now it's done after this. I want to know. That's what I want to know. If Amorim's a better manager. All right, we got time. This is why these shows go on for so long, because people don't want to answer questions. I sit here with Barnes and Pops while they absolutely berate me and my team every week last season, and I didn't do nothing. No show. Pops didn't do one show with you lot last week. We did a show every single week. Every time United got Clyde, man was here. Saturday, Sunday. As Pops was running jokes, asking me, what's your prediction for the show? For the next game. Every single week. You know what I'm saying? Why is it again, Smurf? Why is Amorim being compared to Emery? Because you made the point, Smurf. So I'll explain it again. Here's why I'm complaining. Here's why I'm comparing, sorry. You said Amorim, why is that? Why do I expect Amorim to make that step up in 6 months? Because Emery did it. So now you're saying Amorim is better than Emery. So the question I'm asking you is, why was Emery able to make a better? Why was he able to do better than Amorim if he's a worse manager? That's my question. Because we now established it. You think Amorim's a better manager than Emery? Cool. So how was Emery able to do? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, let's debate. We're here to debate. I'm with it. Let's go. But we need to. I need responses to my question. It shouldn't take 10 minutes to get it. So I'll ask the question again. Why was Emery able to do better in similar circumstances? Joining the team mid-season way through in a poor outfit, because that Villa team was shocking. And he took them from 17th to 7th. Amorim took us from, I think it was 8th to 15th. So why? That's what I answered to my question. I ain't even going to dispute the answer. I just want to know why. Because both teams were underperforming. Actually, Emery took over a worse team. Because they were 17th. They was battling relegation. We was not. We was 8th. We was top half of the table. 4 points off 4th, I think. Like, people just want to come here and just die. So I don't get it. Nah, Bruce. Don't do that. Because when Emery took over, that was not the conversation. Because when Gerrard was there, that's a championship side. They're going to get relegated. No, he didn't. Again, man ain't listening. Emery did not have a preseason. So let me repeat it again. He did see people. People don't even be listening. Emery took over mid-season, just like Amorim, and had a poor team. They were worse. They were 17th. Go and check it. You have internet. You can go check it on Google when Emery took over. I believe it was November, but I could be wrong. But they were 17th when Steven Gerrard was in charge. So I'll ask the question again. How was Emery able to do better than Amorim in similar circumstances? No, in worse conditions. Because we were 8th. Villa was 17th. And he took him from 17th to 7th. He took a side that people regarded as championship to Europe. With one signing in January, ironically, a left back. Don't worry, I'll wait. See, people think I just be chatting. You know how I know this, Adion? Because I've had this conversation before. Because people who back this manager come with the same argument. And our team was better than theirs. Because ours was 8th, that was 17th. If Gerrard was in charge, they'd probably get relegated. Ironically, our manager, took us near a relegation battle, but that's a whole different conversation. Don't worry, I'll wait. Don't worry, I'll wait. Again, he had no help in January. Again, I want answer to my question, Smurf. Where's the answer? If Amorim's a better manager than Emery, how come Amorim didn't do a better job than Emery in better circumstances? Because he had a better team and he was higher at the table. See, and for those that don't know, my nephew, and he's a Villa fan. Nah. We're having this conversation now. No, we're having this conversation now. Because we're just gonna have the same conversation and you're gonna try duck it. So we're having this conversation now. Answer my question. It's a simple question. If Amorim is better than Emery, how come he did a much worse job than Emery in a better circumstance? Because he took over a better team. People want to talk about Watkins and McGinn now. But when Gerrard was there, these men were championship. I remember it vividly because I was clowning on him because Gerrard's ex-Liverpool. So I was crashing on him. You see the parallels. In that January, they signed Alex Moreno. I gave him less credit. I thought it was Digne. They signed Moreno. Nah, answer the question now. I'm not bringing you one. Answer the question now. I ain't bringing you one to dance around questions. So answer the question now. Why was he not able? You can type it. Why was he not able to do a better job? You know what I'm saying? I want to read the messages. This is not a show that people just join. If it was the fan calling show, you could have called in. I do 2 fan calling shows a week. One on Mondays for everyone, one on Fridays for the members. Obviously, you're not about tomorrow. So again, I'll ask you the question again because we are not dancing away from it. I got time. Even when Pops goes, mine will be here 2 hours later asking you the same question. I have no problem with this whatsoever. Because people rarely get stuck. I'm going to have to change my name to the Riddler. I ask questions and people come unstuck. It's crazy. I give Batman too much headache for getting calls by the Riddler. Your fingers are tight. You could have easily typed it. You've been typing. I've been asking this question for 15 minutes now. So you could easily answer. Yeah, Dion. I got time when people just in my comment section and now like when I get them. Because he came in, he was on it. I wasn't tired. Fingers weren't tired. Go check his early messages. Paragraphs. Oh, I disagree with you and rants on this and what it pertains to and there and all this type of stuff. Now all of a sudden now man don't want to talk no more. Because man got no sub. Notice people, no one could ever do this to me. I answer all these uncomfortable questions as bad as Manchester United are on every week. Yeah. Yeah, good back and forth. Yeah, see, man ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? No argument. It's like Amorim. That's what it is, man. It is what it is, but we move. All right, but you lot continue to run up the likes. Hit the subscribe button.
You look forward to the calling.
Yeah, call him. He won't be there. He said tomorrow he won't be because it's carnival, but next week Monday.
Nah, tomorrow's Tomorrow's Kadooment. Yeah, it's Kadooment. Yeah.
But if man duck questions, it's like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking now. I'm talking live. You jumped in the chat. I thought you were tired, so why are you still talking? I thought your fingers was tired. I'm saying, just answer the question. You know what I'm saying? Just answer the question. It's a simple question. But you don't have an answer. That's why you can't answer it. Because it then dispels your previous lie about Amorim being better than Emery. What are we talking about here? What I'm saying? It's a wrap. What I'm saying? Nah, you won't call me. I'm not clicking you in. Man, don't want to answer questions. I ain't clicking you in. Who would you start as the middle centre-back against Arsenal? Of course, Dele. Come on now. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
What position United ended next season? Amorim shit, so guessing bottom half. I don't think Amorim's in charge by the end of the season. So it's very dependent on who they go and get. Because this team's a top half. This team's a top half team. The team is top half. Yes. That's what I'd say. So it depends on how quickly they sack Amorim. If they sack him early October, it's different from sacking him late November. So that's what it is.
Window needs to close too.
Yeah, and also very dependent on who we bring in. Because if we go get a striker, a midfielder, and a goalkeeper, that changes everything.
10. Yeah. 10 might be 8.
Yeah, that's it. Like so, we'll see what's what. Oh yeah, of course, Canal. This is why I did to the watch-alongs. You know what I'm saying? And that I ain't passing on no message. Tell him yourself. How about that? Flawless always allows. I ain't no messenger. Tell him yourself. Flawless allows people to have a good debate, but folks need to have their opinions backed up. And man ain't got it. This is why people know it's people. Today, yesterday, the day before that, 2 days before that, the last Bayesian show I did, people complain about questions. Why are people complaining about questions? Because they're like, you know why? Because I just hold up the mirror and see how daft your opinion makes you. That's why. Because it holds no weight. Because he said Amorim's better than Emery. So therefore, how come Amorim didn't do better than Emery in a better situation? Because he even said, yo, Emery had a preseason. No, he didn't. As someone said in the chat, he joined in November. And it's with a team that was 17th. Put it this way, if we were 17th when Amorim took over, we possibly could have got relegated. Would have been the last day. But hey, we move. Yeah. What happens if no one takes Garnacho, Sancho, and the other deadwood? Did they get loaned out somewhere? Not sure. Maybe someone joins in late for Sancho. Maybe it's another Chelsea thing. I think Garnacho actually gets sold. Sancho and Anthony are the other two. Malacia is still there, so I'm not sure. I don't know what their MO is. Flawless debates following you every day. That's because people, you know what that is? You know what it is, Sai? Rather than, because people don't want to blame the people in charge, they'll blame me. I'm held more accountable than Amorim. That's the crazy part. United fans will hold me more accountable than the guy who failed to win back-to-back games all season long, or from November to May. The guy who got 15 points from January to May, people. So in the span of 5 months, he picked up 15 points, which means he averaged 3 points per month in the Premier League. He got 1 win per month in the Premier League. Over the course of the season, that is a relegation. That's relegation form, people, if you win 1 game per month. And bear in mind, 3 of the 5 games he won, people, were against the sides that got relegated. It was Southampton, it was Leicester, and it was Ipswich. Bear in mind, we struggled against Southampton. It took an Ahmad hat-trick. It was an Ahmad hat-trick in like the last 10 minutes. Even the Ipswich game at home, did Dorgu get sent off? I think Dorgu got sent off and we went a goal down or something like that. So we beat 2 Premier League level sides in the back end of the season. But all right. Okay. Sure. See? Even the people who want to crash on me, I would blame Flawless too, but I don't have proof to back it up. Because people want to blame me for it. That's why. And that's why you hear him mention rants, or you hear people mention Saeed or others who are critical, rather than actually assess it. Because man started off, switched the argument so many times. At first it was, well, it's just the manager. Well, I'm the one who's crashed on the ownership from the very beginning. I'm the guy that said Ineos are no good from the very beginning, all the way till they got it. So it's not just them. I'm the one that's crashed on the players. And I actually backed Amorim, and it turns out he's terrible. And then all of a sudden, people don't want to answer questions. Because I had that yesterday. Oh, your questions are making me look bad. Or is your opinion making you look bad? How can a question make you look bad? Never seen that before. But hey, we move.
Last week it was Garnacho. This week is Amorim.
Last week it was Garnacho. This week is Amorim. People backing these scrubs that have us where they have us, pops. That's the craziest part. Yeah. I'd understand the backing if they had performed to a good level. Finished 15th. Right. Okay. Do you think that the locker room is toxic enough? It doesn't matter who walks into until some players leave. Like I don't think the toxic. I disagree with the whole toxic thing. I think that's people doing too much. I don't think it's a toxic dressing room. The players are just not very good. And when you add in the players not being very good, and you have a manager who's not very good, you have performances that are not very good. And then you also have a board that's not very good. This is what happens. And then you have not very good seasons. Players ain't nothing to do with that. They could all be great and be the best of friends, 15th. You know what I'm saying? We won 5 games in 5 months. That's 50. On everybody. We were failed to win back-to-back games. Wolves won 6 in a row.
Yep.
Wolves won 6 in a row.
Shifted gears.
All right. And Canal, a lot of people do that.
This is too stressful, man. I need your summer to be a little bit more relaxing, man.
Nah, it's great because this is not only is it great for content purposes, people understand why I didn't go through. Because this is why this is a prime example here with Smurf and others why I don't read comment sections. Because even though me and him are going back and forth in real time, he's not paying attention to what I'm saying. Like he's not actually listening fully to everything I'm saying. But we'll go back and forth. Like when he said Emery had a preseason. Said countless times, but Emery did not have a preseason. And you have Google. You can go and see when Emery joined Aston Villa and where Gerrard left him and what they did that season. But Amorim's a better manager than Emery. And that's why I didn't want to answer the question, because if this manager's better and walked into a better circumstance, why did he do so much worse? How come one go from 17th to 7th, but one went from 8th to 15th? Hey. It's crazy. It's a muzzle. It's crazy. I don't know, he's gone. Did you lot time him out? Big up Tony as well. Oh yeah,
my boy was in the chat, man. Nah, he's gone. He is. I thought
nephew timed him out. I don't know if he blocked him or timed him out, but that's what I'm saying. That's what it is. You don't want to answer questions around here, you get banished from the city. I hear it. It's one of the things. Hashtag there's no hope around here. Hashtag nope to hope. And if you don't answer questions, you get banished too. Because man had hella questions for me at the start and answered them. Yeah. Anyone talking about
hashtag suffering.
Yeah. Pop is absolute real one. You can see him different from Lex, level-headed and humble. Look at Tony giving you props. Shout out to Tony. Tony Claude Guna. Make sure you subscribe. Oh man, give him a guy, man. Break. Yeah.
He went missing on me though. So he had some questions to answer and he didn't answer those questions. I'm ready again next season though, Tony. I'm here.
But he's back now.
He went to the motherland. He went to the motherland.
Yeah.
He went to the motherland.
Yeah. He went to the motherland. What did he say? He said Gyökeres 25 league goals. Easy. Yeah. All of that. Easy. 25 league goals. Easy.
What you saying, Flawless? What you saying?
Easy.
25,
this is
man.
I'm shit to death.
Sounds like the Prem.
Gyökeres.
Sounds like the Prem, man. That's the Prem. 25. That's the Prem. I heard all the pressures on me, but I'm seeing a lot of champions out there, man. I got world champions out there. I got the Glock champions out there.
Nah, to bang him, Smith, get that. Come on, as soon as you guys go agree, no. We know. We timed you out because you didn't answer the question. That's one of the rules in the city. If you don't answer questions, you get timed out. That's what happens. You didn't want to answer the question, you got timed out. That's the rules around here. It's my city. I'm the president. I run it as I see fit. You want to leave, you can exit. You want to leave, that's fine. Don't think it's too much to ask. I don't ask anything of you, Smurf. I don't ask of myself. I get asked uncomfortable questions every single day in regards to Manchester United and don't duck one of them. So here we are. This is your fault. Hashtag nope to hope as well, people. Just want to say. That's also another thing. Anyone who's talking about hope and is using that as their argument, nope to hope. Well, how could you had ample time to respond. You had ample time to respond. Because I asked you the question now. You know what I'm saying? If Amorim is a better manager than Emery, how did he do so much worse than Emery in a better circumstance with a better team? That's the question. If he's better than him. Yeah, this is it. I'm talking about, I can't respond typing. Like, you hella typing. We've been here 25 minutes. For 25 minutes to respond. Because you don't have an answer. So just say, I don't have an answer, and then we can move on. I go, all right, fairs, and then we just move on. Yeah, man, I see fit. I don't frame the question to back you in a corner. There's no framing of the question. I'm confused. So I'm befuddled. So make it make sense to me from a logical standpoint. You think Amorim's better than Emery. I didn't dispute that. I did not dispute that. So I said, if they walked into the same, actually, again, Amorim walked into a better scenario. So why did he do so much worse? Emery's not the benchmark. You said 6 months. So I'm using someone who had 6 months in Emery. Emery had the same amount of time. That's why I'm using Emery. I've explained this. This is your fault, Smurf. Because you didn't think I'd be prepared. That's what that is. You didn't think I'd be equipped. That's why man can be like, question to back me in a corner. No one can't back me into no corner with question. You know why? Because everything I say is based off of logic. I have reasoning behind it. That's why. So I asked the question again. Why was Emery able to do a better job? Yeah, he put himself in the corner, to be honest. Nah, nephew, the thing is, Emery had worse circumstances because he took over a team in 17th. Like I say, people will talk about Watkins and McGinn and the other players there now, but yeah. Because Amorim had the backing of Villa on time. Emery did not get one left back in January to work with the team. All said was poor from Ten Hag's. Wait, what? Because Amorim had the backing of Villa and Amorim. Emery did... No. Emery did not have the backing. They gave him the same thing. Emery did get one left wing back in January. He got Moreno. You see, Smurf, you see my nephew in the chat there, he just commented. He a Villa fan. And they had the exact same window in January. And Villa fans were saying the team was poor from Gerrard's tenure. Hence why myself and many others were saying Villa were going to get relegated. That was the general consensus. They're a championship level side. So how was he able to turn that around and get them to 7th? But Amorim's a better manager and walked into a better team. Because that Villa side wasn't good. Nobody rated McGinn them times. And Mings, and I think they might have had Konza and whoever else was there. And they got one left back. Come on, man. What are we doing here?
Spent big on a centre back too. Remember, Gerrard spent big on a centre back, and I think he had an Achilles injury or something.
Yeah, something like this is what I'm saying.
And then he had bombed Mings out as captain as well, which was again one of them things where you say to yourself, "Are you sure you want to take the captaincy away from a man that's been there a while?" So he made some questionable decisions too. So left everything a little rocky. Yeah, correct age.
Yeah, Doggy was 25 million. He was 25 million. So what are we doing here? If man just if people don't know, just say they don't know, man. Because this is those don't know. Because man said Emery did not get one left wing by Jamie, yeah, and he did. And we did say the team was poor. Same way Villa fans said the team that Gerrard left was poor. Hence why we looked at it and went, that's a championship side. Well. Answer, no. Again, answer my question, Smurf. If Amorim is better than Emery, why did he do worse in a better scenario? That's the question I'm asking. I'll keep asking it. It's cool. Yo, I hated McGinn, Kamara, Louise, Konza, Watkins, fuck Gerrard, proper prick. Villa fan people. Just to clarify. So I'll ask the question again, Smurf, and I'll keep asking it. Why was Amorim not able to do better than Emery if he's a better manager? All right. Well, I ain't gonna answer. It's cool. We got the answer. And just the lesson for anyone is we can debate all day long, question me all day long, call into the fan calling shows all day long. But if we're debating and going back and forth, we're gonna ask questions are gonna get asked. Just saying. But hey, we move. But you lot, we gonna close out. Final few questions. Let me know. Pops, anything you want to talk about Liverpool-wise, we've not.
Correct, Ravi. Yeah, we had that chat. Ravi's just saying what isn't helping Newcastle is they don't have a sporting director to secure players. Yep, that's the big issue. Nothing else. We got two more games tomorrow. So our last preseason back-to-back games tomorrow at home, and then the last preseason game of preseason is against Palace Charity Shield. And then it's action time next week, following week Friday, I guess. Next week Friday because Monday. Yeah.
You're not doing a watch along for that.
Which one?
The Community Shield game. Community Shield.
Shield?
Yeah, the Shield.
I think Barnes is back in town, so maybe we do a watch along.
Okay.
That's preseason for me, so I really not too fussed, to be honest. I know some people count that shield as a trophy. Those will remain nameless, but you do what you want. I don't. Not for me, sir and ma'am. No thanks.
Yeah. Well, Fez. Let's see what else.
But looking forward to tomorrow, though. Tomorrow's big.
Yeah, it is.
Big up, Smurf, man. Make the calling, Smurf. Make the calling. Flawless ready for you, don't worry. Yes. Yeah, calling, man.
No, whenever you're ready. I'm here. I'm every Monday, 10 p.m. UK time. It's the fan calling show. We will answer questions, though. So there's no ducking around it. You know, it's like again, I'm the same. I've debated with people. We answer questions around it. We ain't gonna bypass it. Because even this, because he's a new manager coming into a new country and a club to a team he was all known was poor for years. So how's he better than Emery then? He's not better than Emery then. If that's the case. So why is he better than? See, this is why you shouldn't lie and you get caught out. He made this
choice, though.
Yeah. If he's better than Emery, why is this a problem?
This is the issue for him, though. He made this choice. Exactly. All the circumstances were against him.
If he's better than Emery, Smurf, why is this a problem? He should make this transition seamless.
Not yet.
If he is, what's the not yet? What did he say? Not yet to what? Oh, one day I'm coming into your stream. Not yeah. Oh yeah, I know, man. You gotta get ready. I hear that, man. I hear it, man. I stay ready. I hear it. You know what I'm saying? Not what do you mean? Not yet. Give what some time? Is he better than Emery or not? See, this is why you shouldn't lie. This is why you shouldn't lie. This is why you shouldn't lie and just be honest with what you're seeing, people. Oh, so now he's saying not yet to Amorim being better, but before it was Amorim's better than him. See this, people.
He's listened to your argument and he's changed his view.
Yeah, he's changed his tune. But the thing is,
listened to your argument and he's changed his view.
But you know what's crazy, Pops? He knew it from the beginning.
We all did. That's why he's laughing.
Yeah, he knew it from the beginning. But he thought, all right, maybe I can dupe him. Yo, you can't kid a kid, man. People, I've been doing this for too long, not in terms of content creating. I've been debating like this for longer than some people been alive. The board are not going to support him, Smurf.
Give him some more time. Yes, give him more time. Run Rasmus back again.
Not going to support him.
One more time, Flawless. Come on. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Run it back to Rasmus. One more chance for Amorim. Come on.
I'm saying now after all that, he's not better than him. You would have thought that Amorim's not better than him. Bear in mind, people notice I didn't even dispute that. I didn't even dispute him saying that. I didn't even say, nah, you're wrong. So I said, all right, so why could he do this and he could do that? I notice our man didn't want to answer. Yeah, well, yeah, maybe you'll get the courage to call in. Quit running, man. Take off your track shoes and call in next week. I'm saying, call in next week. Get your track shoes off and come call in. You know what I'm saying? What we doing out here? We're talking football. It ain't that deep. Jesus Christ. How man running from a fan calling show? Ask the question again, Sire. Star it, my bad.
Where you got, Sire? Where you got for me?
Yeah, we got you, Sire. Man running from a fan calling show to talk football with someone. Lord have mercy, yo. Lord have mercy. Get your track shoes off and just call in next week. Jesus. I notice people, let this be a lesson. Most people in the chat don't even have the don't even have the cojones and the courage to come and join on stream. That's why I don't be reading chats, people. Z was the same. Z had so much chat, and then Z said, I don't want to come on stream and get cooked. Don't want to get cooked by the comments. Man, I shook. Shook to death. I got so much to say in the chat. Ah, my Lord. Yes, I got you. Ask the question again and we'll end on that. And on that side, I got you. Let's see what he's saying. Subscribe to Beijing Reds TV as well. This is it, Ravi. It's the worst that can happen. One of us is right and one of us is wrong. That's it. Adam AK, you got to be smart and you got to be better than that to get me, man. Come on. Come on, man. What are your thoughts on United's under 16 superstar talent, Phil? Yeah. Come on, man, Adam. You tried it though. But you gotta be better, man. Be more creative. But I appreciate the super chat. Thank you. And you know what?
Big up for the super chat, man.
Big up for the super chat. A for effort. Come on, man. I'm really trying to get me with names, you know. Come on. You gotta be more creative. I'm saying you gotta be more creative. I got people running from fan calling shows, man. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Yo, Ravi, it's just we just talking football. Even if I had calls on last week, shout out to Cause. He disagrees with me most of the time. He said United are going unbeaten in their first 10 league games.
Yes.
You saying give Amorim time. Yeah, he said we're winning 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10, he said, Pop.
Yes.
We're getting 20.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about, flawless.
I've never heard Pops laugh like that. Yo. 24 out of 30, you know. What I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Shout out to, I forgot his name, but he was right. You know what I'm saying? He was right about Amorim. He was spot on. He was just the idiot about it afterwards and tried to get cheeky about it, but he was spot on at the time. He was spot on. Flawless, you've been wrong lots before, but you ain't stopped doing your channel. I'd admit it. Yo, Ravi, I get more things wrong than I get right. Because you lot ain't here for that. You lot ain't here for Temi, that's his name. He was right. Temi was spot on about Amorim. Spot on about him. I was wrong on that, but you just trying to get cheeky out or enjoy out and all talking all this nonsense afterwards. I'm like, nah, we ain't doing that. Well, shout out to Temi. But we ain't going to start being cheeky and stuff. But yeah, I get more things wrong than I get right. I ain't no footballing encyclopedia. I'm just giving my opinion. This is it. See the downfall and try bragging or enjoy this. Nah. Ain't doing that. Well, you see how Pops laughed. But yeah, shout out to Cole, said United getting 24 points out of 30. Call on a title charge. I think he had us drawing at your place. I think the 3 draws, one was you. One might have been Brighton. I think one might have been Chelsea. It's going to be on the clip channel anyway. Say again.
Unbeaten in 10.
Undefeated in 10. Wow. And he said it with chest.
Yeah, man.
He said it with chest.
Run it on the clip channel. I'll be smashing a like for that one. Run it on the clips.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Prime, get busy.
Nah, Prime's already, what's it called? I already sent it to him. He's uploaded it. So that'll be out probably tomorrow. Probably out tomorrow in the next couple of days. Yeah. Unbeaten in 10.
Cool.
It's crazy. It's all right. Yeah.
Say is asking.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to it. Flawless, off topic. But, oh, wait, no. Where's the side question? Go on, read out the side question.
Pops, do you think the midfield will work without Dom's legs? Without Dom's legs work because our fullbacks are attacking? That's interesting because Dom's actually been at some sort of right back type position. And for lungs, to me, has to find a spot somewhere because Mr. Locke loves the lungs. I'm not sure where and how, but I think he gets on the pitch. Honestly, you add my guy Wirtz and you've moved on from the 10, so he's now a 8-6 right back, something else, but those lungs need to get out there at some point. So I don't know, maybe it's a double 10. I don't know, to be honest. The beauty of adding quality is you have options, and that's what everybody wants. When you can write your 11 down week in, week out, every single match, then you know that you are a problem. When you can switch and swap, and then you can look on your bench and say, they don't want to see him after 55, 60 minutes. They don't want to see him after 60 minutes. They don't want to see him minute 70. When you've got a bench where you're saying, please don't sub. Please don't make the subs. No, don't. As the wing back, you're saying, please don't bring Frimpong on. Don't add Rio. Don't. No, I can't run up and down. And we've added some pace. I think we need a little bit more height, depending on who we play, because Frimpong's small, Rio's small, Kirkes isn't the biggest. So when you have certain lineups, Trey isn't the biggest, Harvey isn't the biggest, Wirtz isn't the biggest, Mo isn't the biggest. You can see Okay, yeah. There are a couple of sides that are big in the middle, big bullies. So yeah, you look at the derby and you say to yourself, all right, what are we gonna do to Everton? Can we run over them with just speed, or is it gonna be Moyes is gonna dig in with 11 warriors and say, you know what, come fight. Let me see what you got. Put the biggest men on the pitch and let's see if we can have a fight. So horses for courses, man, as we've always said. When you got quality on the bench, then you got options to bring on. So you switch and swap.
That's it.
Some people still think we need another DM yeah.
Where do you stand on that? You think you need another DM? Do you need someone who's more physical and more of a runner in there? Or are you not fussed about it? Because Sai is convinced. And I've seen other Liverpool fans as well talk about it potentially being a problem area.
I guess the problem is when Mr. Locke joined, he wanted Zubimendi.
Yeah.
So he didn't get Zubimendi. We did what we did. What does Wirtz mean now to the team? What does that mean? Does that mean Gravenberch is definitely your 6 and you don't want that sort of destroyer type physical play you're happy with? Because Gravenberch is a big player in terms of he's 6 foot tall. He isn't like that, but at least he's physical enough that he can get in a battle. Gakpo is 6 feet tall as well. Again, not physical like that, but for a set piece or whatever, you know that he can win a header. Are you happy to play with more of the ball and be less physical if you want? Because yeah, if you got the skill, you're going to dominate and dictate. Wirtz for me is, I've seen it already. He is going to kill some people. Literally kill.
Serious.
Quality levels are. I mean, people might say, "Oh yeah, it's Germany or whatever." Yeah, nah, this kid is different. Him and Musiala for me were the two. I was just like, give me one day, 2 of these. I love these two. And anybody who knows me, I'm a German. Yes, I'm a German international fan. So those are my boys. For real. So when we landed him, my smile was as big as it's been for a long, long time. So I'm just looking forward to the beginning now. I'm just lock the window, sign, sell, buy, whatever. Let's go. I'm ready. Let's start the season. Come on.
I hear that. The nephew asks, says, wait, Unc, I ain't seen if you answered you doing joint watch-alongs for the big games this season. Definitely. So for those that don't know, last season, myself, Pops, Barnes was there. Obviously, the United lot with me. We did do that. The Liverpool Manchester United game at Anfield, the 2-2. That was a joint watch-along. So it was live on Beijing Reds TV YouTube. It was live here on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube, and it'll probably be live on the playback, maybe even the Twitch as well. So yeah, definitely United Liverpool games. So both Premier League games. If we meet them in the FA Cup or League Cup and it makes sense and everyone's available, we'll do that. Outside of United Liverpool, I'm not sure about anyone else because it makes sense because Beijing Reds TV, Liverpool. Here I'm a United fan, so it's one of them. It's dependent on availability of others, and it's just got to make sense because obviously because we do the show, it makes sense to do the watch along overall. But obviously, people like TJ and Tony might be working separate, for example. But United Arsenal, you might see Dunsey pop up, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I can deal with Dunsey. You know what I'm saying? Playing them first game of the season, so I'm not sure. That was when yeah, exactly. I ain't trying to see that. Because I got caught up, I got gassed up when we got Amorim, and I was like, yeah, let's run the joint watch along. It actually didn't turn out to be too bad, but I was dreading it. And now I regret it because it's like, yo, I said let's do it. So I'm not really trying to get into two anymore. But yes, definitely United Liverpool. 110%.
That was my biggest loss last season, actually.
Oh, yeah. Pops was fuming about it still.
Biggest loss last season.
And it was only a draw.
I carried that for the season. That was my biggest loss.
I was not having it. Well, you mean Amorim can prove why he's better than Emery? True that. And Margot Robbie gonna respond to my DMs. I hear you, nephew. I hear you. Flawless. When is Tony versus crossovers? I just got to figure out a time. When I do the crossovers, I just do a week of it. So I got to talk to Tony and, you know what I'm saying, Barnes and Pops and everyone else and figure out and Vader because I know you lot enjoyed the crossovers. I enjoyed them a lot as well. So, yes, definitely. I'm going to pick a week. It'll be before the season starts.
Was it March?
I saw it. When we did the last, I can't remember when we did. It would have been international break. It probably was, man.
When he did the predictions, was it March? Remember?
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, you remember the date.
They'll lose to Newcastle and we'll win this and then this and the points gap will be 4 and then we'll beat this and they'll draw. And then when we play them, we'll actually be ahead. Tony has done it again.
Yeah, that's what Tony did. Yeah, Tony's gonna get predictions. And you know what? I've just seen how close. So you look, I tell a lie. I've just seen how close. What's it called? The season is starting, so you won't get crossovers before the season starts. But international breaks, that's when I'll do in people. See the international breaks because there's one like soon. I think there's one early September.
Early in the season.
Yeah, early September. Because like 3. So yeah, not a crossover before the season, but international break. I do the crossovers. You get the SSC.
Where's Mike?
Cinematic Universe. Say again.
Where's Mike? Someone got attacked in front of his house. Mike just said someone got attacked in front of his house. Where's
I
Mike?
hope the person's blessed, man. Jesus, that's mad.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Crazy.
Ravi says, "Yeah, that's crazy. I hope he's well, man. I hope he's all right." Flawless, are you able to get Northside on? Yeah, Northside, my G. I spoke to Northside a couple days ago. Yeah. So definitely, I'll chat to Northside, but because he's my G, I'm not trying to stress him out because I still got that much stress, Joe. So he has to deal with the same. You know what's crazy? Same things I have to deal with United fans and Amorim and all this. He has to deal with the same thing with Arteta, and it's worse for him because the people who back Arteta actually have there's something there because he's finished second 3 times in a row. So it's like, oh, we're this close.
Way worse.
Yeah, like it's worse for him, and they've gotten better and done stuff in the window. So it's like, oh, why can't we? And we beat Real Madrid and reached the semi-final and and all that. So yeah, but yeah, man, Mike, I hope you're blessed and I hope the person's blessed. Warrior J, you know he ain't gonna forget. Speaking of predictions, Pops, make sure to ask Flawless next week on his prediction. He always asks me. Man never forgets.
Come on, man. Always. Never. Come on, Warrior J, got you, man. Standard operating procedure, my friend.
Every week.
Yeah, we're wrapping up. Nah, Flawless. We ain't wrapping now. We ain't wrapping yet. Nah. You wait. Bump the brakes. You know what we have to do.
Yeah. I'll be like, let's wrap up the show. Yo, shout out Major Red, subscribe. Like, nah, what's your prediction? Oh, fuck. We got Arsenal opening game. Have you seen our start? Jesus Christ, yo. Oh, Lord. We don't sign any players yet because he gonna score.
Don't look, Flawless. Don't look.
Yeah, I'm doing this.
It's gonna be all over you, know. Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm doing this, yo. I'm doing this because he gonna score. Even though I don't think we lose the game, he's gonna score. I think it'll be a stink fest and be a draw. Obviously, that can change. I know they got injuries, but yeah. And they're asking for your prediction. When is the Community Shield? Is that next week Saturday?
Next weekend.
Is it next week?
Yeah. First game of the season is following Friday, ain't it?
Oh, next Sunday. As well. It is. So yeah, your prediction on that game actually, even though it's preseason, but it's preseason with a little spice.
No spice for me. I'm old enough to have seen me and you carry that around Wembley together, so I don't give a no. Sorry, we've held it together, so no, don't care. And there's some people who believe if you win the preseason friendly, then there's that superstition that you don't win the league. So
yeah, that's true.
It's a big thing. Yeah, so I'll take a draw. Palace can win on penalties, and we'll go on to win the Prem. How about that?
Yeah. There we go. Oh, Lord. Let's see.
Just no injuries, honestly speaking.
Yeah, you don't want no injuries, of course not. David is just like, he's cooked. Manager's cooked. He's been cooked. Rather get fired and change his system. What kind of it's like, yo, tweak it when it's not working. I even asked him to change his whole system. Just tweak it. Just fine tune it and make differences and stuff like that. But again, he wanted out. You know what I'm saying? He wanted, like, the manager literally, I don't know if you've seen it, Pops. I was talking about it before, actually, because you were in the Q&A talking about how he offered to resign after the Europa League final loss. And he also offered to resign in February. The man don't want to be here. But yet they decided to keep him. Why?
Talking too much, man. Talking too much.
So
do some work.
The manager didn't want to be here after the Europa League final. The club captain was skeptical about being here. I was ready to go. And people wonder why I'm not confident going into the season when the two heads of the ships are like, yeah. All right. Never heard so much foolishness in my life, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Pops, anything we not spoke about that you want to chat about?
Nah, man. Another very entertaining weekend with Flawless and his fans. Big up as always. Like I said, preseason tomorrow. The Reds Barnes is back next week. So he's winding down his holiday. So he and I will have a beverage at some point in time this week. We'll drink one for you, Flawless, of course. And for the chat, of course, every time. You should see the gang back together next weekend. Barnes will probably be on with me and Flawless next weekend too. After the Community Shield, Charity Shield. I'm not even sure. What is it? Is it Community Shield?
Community Shield, man.
Yeah.
Community.
See, old man calls it Charity Shield still.
That's a throwback, man. I remember when it was the Charity Shield. I do remember when it was the Charity Shield. For real. But all right, I think that's it. Big up Black Diamond. Big up all the regulars. Big up all the members. Big up all the new people as well. Let's see how many likes are we on? We're at 71 likes. All right, decent amount. Subscribe to Bayesian Reds TV as well. Let them know what you lot got coming up, obviously, for the start of the season as well. Like what you can find over there for those that may not know about the channel.
Yeah, we will be out the blocks with fire. So it's the Community Shield on Sunday, preview probably Monday because we have kickoff on Friday. So there'll be that. There'll be a prediction. So we'll do the full 20 on our channel. So you can come over and listen to us predict our table. Who's going down, who's going to win, who'll be in the middle, and where Flawless will finish. That will be a big place. And yeah, after that's back to business pretty much. Season starts. So it's streams upon streams. And it's not just the Liverpool channel. We are, much like Flawless, we have our calling as well. And we're happy to have contributions from everybody anywhere. We have people as far as Uganda, Australia. It's lovely, man. It's awesome. This YouTube thing, you can get people from all around the world just jumping in and saying, yo, big up to a man in Barbados, a small dot on a map that some people can't even see. The most easterly Caribbean island, for those of you who don't know. We're not Jamaica and not Trinidad, and we're not on some maps, to be honest. So if you look at the island chain like this and you don't see one slightly over to the right, that's us. Just draw in a little dot. Bang, that's us. Bang, right there. Look. The furthest one to the east.
I didn't know that we were the furthest east Caribbean island. I didn't know that.
Yeah. If you look at the chain, it goes in the sea, and then we're just off to the side. But for some people, it doesn't exist. It's actually not there. They just do the chain, and they don't bother to put us in.
Crazy work, man. Like, we ain't one of the best Caribbean islands. You know what I'm saying? That. But shout out to the whole Caribbean, but of course, for those that don't know, I'm Bayesian descent, so I rep. But shout out to the whole Caribbean. You already know. Shout out the whole Caribbean every single time. But yeah, like Pop said, it's not just Liverpool content over there on Bayesian Reds TV, and we run this show throughout the season, people. So every Sunday we'll be here, people. Unless we move it, unless like Liverpool have a big game on a Saturday, we may move it. But then other than that, it's normally Sundays, 12:30 a.m. UK time. But keep a lookout. And Warrior J says, Flawless, when you're doing the Premier League predictions on the fan calling show, by the way, it'll be the week off. It will be the week off. So not this week coming. It will be the 11th of August and the 15th. But what I'll do is, because Liverpool are playing on the Friday at 8 p.m., I'll just do the fan calling show earlier. So I do the fan calling show earlier, and then I just run that probably all the way through to the Liverpool game and just run that. That's what I'll probably do. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. Oh, Dazzle, what? You Bayesian too, Dazzle? I had no idea. No wonder we get on. No wonder we argue like cousins. Now it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. I had no idea, man. Now it makes sense. I knew there was something that clicked about us, and I was like, "Yo, this is my guy, man. This family's like, that's why we argue the way we do." Now, big up Dazzle though. I had no idea, but yeah, the week of Warrior J for that. The week of I'll do it, and then I'll do another once the window closes that following week. Then I'll do it as well, get predictions. Because I got everyone's predictions from last year. So not just fan calling shows, we'll get Pops' top 8, Barnes', mine, all the shows as well, people. And I write them down. And what I do this year, which I didn't do last year, is at the end of the season, we'll do a recap and see everybody's top 8 and see how close they was.
Actually, you have to do a reboot as well, because the transfer window closes in the season.
That's why I do. That's why I do too. Yeah. That's why I do. That's why I always date them as well. And I always do 2. So I do one before the league season starts, and then I do one when the window closes. Because obviously things can change, incomes and outgoings. For real, that's, you know what I'm saying, and that might be distant family somewhere. You know, Barbados ain't that big of an island than that, yo.
Not that distant either, man. It's
yo,
not that
facts,
distant
yo,
either.
Your grandma knows my grandma or something like that, yo.
Easy.
Like that. Oh yeah. For real, Dazzle. Nah, it's good to see the Bajans in the back. Shout out Black Diamond though, because it's good to see Trinidadians in the chat as well. Because a lot, man, they love the football in Trinidad. Love the football. A lot of Trinidadians I see in this space. Like I see a lot of Trinidadian flags. So shout out everyone, man, for wherever you are in the Caribbean or wherever else, man, whether it's Africa, Asia, Europe, you know what I'm saying, North America, South America. Hail up yourself, man. Because we all here at Sarcasm City. But yeah, again, people, we're gonna close out, go and redirect. I'm going live on the gaming channel, people. So run up the likes when you go over there. I think Steve fell asleep because obviously the show ran over, but I'm gonna run some GTA, people. So head over there, people. To Negan. What flag? I don't even know what that flag is. What flag is that? We have a look. Because they don't show on there, people, when it says it. 1 second. I see everyone with the flags. Look at Warrior J with the South Korean American flag. Is that Haiti? I think it is. Yeah, it is. I was right. Yes, yeah, Haiti flag. Yeah, Haitian, innit? Yeah, pick up my Haitians, man. Pick up my Haitians. No, everyone drop their flags where they're from in it. Rep your set, man. You know what I'm saying? Rep your flag, people.
Big up, man.
Rep your flag, man. I love to see that, man. Literally,
like to all the pages in the chat as well. Happy crop over tomorrow is Kadooment Day. Be safe, Smurf. Enjoy yourself and be safe on the road, my guy.
Yes.
Drink a drink. Yeah. Hold a gal, and remember flawless.
I'm getting over it. I've already said
flawless. The red carpet awaits you, you know.
Yeah. I already told you, look, 2027, 2028. Yeah,
give me 3 years max. 3 years. All right, good.
27, 20, because I'm going World Cup next year, so that negates 2026. But 2027 or 2028, I'm out there for crop.
Yeah, for sure.
It's always the same time of the year as well. It's always the same time of year.
Yep.
Okay. Start of August.
First Monday is a culmination. The first Monday in August is the culmination. That's the big jump.
Okay, and is it just the one day?
Back a week or so for them? One so far. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. I'm heading over there. I know the red carpet awaits, man. I know, man. It's gonna be fire, man. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it already. Big up to Side, man. I see you with the Indian flag. Big up to A. Solomon. I know it's crazy that they don't have an Egyptian flag. It's crazy they don't. All right, people. See you lot. Literally, like I said, I'm going live on the gaming channel in 2 minutes. So hit the like, subscribe here, subscribe to Deja Reds TV. Don't forget this show. All the other shows on the channel you see, apart from watch-alongs, fan calling show, gaming content, available on all audio platforms, people. So Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, etc. So if you want to listen to this audio only, maybe you're hungover from crop over and you're like, you know what, I can't open my eyes hurt, I got a headache. You can just put on Spotify and listen to me and Pops, you know what I'm saying, talking about United and Liverpool for 2 hours and some change, people. So go to Spotify, type in Sarcasm City TV, and please follow us and 5-star us. Same with iTunes, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music One as well, and wherever you listen to podcasts as well. Back tomorrow, Man United podcast, 4:30 p.m. UK time, and then fan calling show, Talk Your Ish, 10 p.m. UK time. Back, that might move though because Troops is away, so back again won't be early, but we're trying to start our time for you lot. So waiting to hear from Lewis and the Diva Months and see what's going on. So yeah, big up. Love to all of you lot that are locked in. See you lot on the gaming channel in 2 minutes. Manchester United Liverpool podcast, Barbados edition, live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.